Man, we're in trouble. Eli's not here. They said they were getting back from Batu soon. I don't know. Damn, can't have anything nice these days. Let me tell you. I'm just trying to sit here, record a podcast, and people can't be on time. You know, it's just one of those things. I guess I'll have to fly solo. What am I gonna do?
Woo! I am back, baby.
Oh God, someone's
wrong.
back. Someone's back and ready for action.
Ready for action. Let's get this baby started.
Alrighty, roll the clip. Hello there, all you bucketheads, and welcome to all you Jedi Padawans to another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet. I'm the guy who's using his mobile hotspot instead of his Wi-Fi because it quite literally shit the bed. So, Eli, how was that too, my friend?
My guy. I just got back from the most wondrous tour of the galaxy. My week in Black Spire Outpost on Batu was amazing. Let me tell you, the people are friendly, the suns are bright, and I gotta say, the merchandise. The merchandise is a beautiful thing. Because I got a Camtono.
What a real name for the movie was made. Yes, Eli now has a Cantomo, and I'm incredibly jealous because I did not ask them to buy me one because I didn't think of that until after you were already on your way back. Oopsie doopsies. I wanted to be like Cop Band. It's all good then. So
they are pretty lit. Let me see, because I got there's a good amount of stuff that I was able to pick up. Let me see, because I got let me dig through here. Okay, one moment. Because every Disney trip, you pack light going there, so you can pack heavy coming back. And you make sure you get a place that has a scale in your hotel. Of course, I got another Coke bottle. I got my wonderful Camtono, which it's so nice. This bit does open it up. You have to type on the little code thing. I'm gonna get in there. What else did I get? I got this purple kyber crystal for my lightsaber. Which these things, by the way, $17. Very pricey.
They really said high price on Kyber.
They really did. Let's see. I mean, to be fair, it's a kyber crystal. These are fairly rare throughout the galaxy. Got this little droid controller. I'm not sure what exactly I picked that one up for. I got these for, spicing up the Cavaro outfit. I felt like they'd be a nice addition because they do actually, check it out. Lights come on. They go to green to red. It is Camtono.
It's Cantono, and we all know what those handcuffs are for. You aren't slick.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. And they're binders. Thank you very much.
I could use a good pair of binders. I lost you. What'd you say?
Oh, I said they're called binders. Thank you very much, and they're for cosplay reasons. Anyway,
absolutely. I will definitely use them for cosplay.
Yep. Oh, sorry. I have a. Oh, sorry. He really wants to come on out. So I've got a little fella here of mine, little friend that I picked up along the way. They don't have a name yet, but they are very cute. And we lost Dylan. That's unfortunate. I don't know what to do. That being said, we got this little guy here. I picked him up. This is actually the second droid that I've gotten to build. I have my R2 unit in the other room. I haven't thought of a name for this little guy yet, but I really want to figure one out. So yeah, but he's real cute. I want the blue and silver color scheme. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the like regular rounded head on this guy or the more. I think this is the more in the style of the little first order droid that we see, BB9E. So, but I really thought it looked good, and I like the little antennas that he has on top. And then you'll see he has his little. There's lights on there that do light up when you push the buttons. Yeah. Oh, that would have been so. You know what? I can see it. I can see it. Hypothetically, because I'm pretty sure these are magnetically. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are magnetically stuck on there. So you really could do a little BB unit that has one of the Coke head toppers. But they're cool. So. Whoop. He's a talker. Oh, we got Dylan back.
He's like a talker.
Yeah.
My network died, so I switched back to the regular Wi-Fi. Yep. I have a BB9 unit. He's a little defunct at the moment because I don't have the app that controls him. But that's okay.
So
you know what I really want though. You know what I really want more than anything in this world, for everybody watching this video right now to give us a like, leave a comment from Galaxy's Edge. I know what I want. I'll comment it down below. Also, while you're at it, of course, subscribe to Under the Helmet Podcast so you can always catch another one of our purely chaotic episodes. But the thing I really want is a BD1 unit. Because I've been watching a lot of Jedi Survivor clips, a lot of Jedi Fallen Order clips. Also, most importantly, I'm going to be cosplaying this pretty soon. And I would love a little BD1 to go on my shoulder.
So, as a matter of fact, it's funny that you mentioned that. I also have a Jedi Survivor cosplay in the works, but I can't specify which character it is.
You're definitely going to be Night Sister Marin.
I wish. I think we...
Okay.
I think that we all wish that we could be the Desert Ghost of Jeddah, but...
You know what? I realize who you are. You're not Slick. I know exactly what cosplay you're doing. It's not Marin. That's the red herring. You're going to cosplay Eno Cordova.
You got me. I do actually love that he's,
Spoiler alerts for slight spoiler for Jedi Survivor, but I freaked out when I saw him in the game. In the footage I watched.
Yeah. So we won't say,
my
we won't say where he appears or how he appears. It's been like a couple of years since Jedi Fallen Order, so like we know this character. Erin's here.
But yep, Erin is here. She said she wants a droid named R6D9. And that is an inside joke because over the weekend I went to a con and I saw somebody who made their own astromech, and it was really pretty. And there's pictures on my Instagram. I absolutely love him to death, but it has reignited my passion to want to build my own R2 unit. And of course, any good R2 unit, you have to have a name. So I like the name R6D9.
I think it's a fine name for an astromech.
It is. R6 is my droid. I will love him and cherish him.
I've been looking back into, because I'm planning to move come October, ideally to someplace with a little bit more space, and I would love to be able to get another 3D printer so I can start working on props with it again. Ideally, I'd like to start making some droids because programming those things is surprisingly easy.
I Ideally, what you could do, you could move to where I live, and we can move in together. Because
And
my
work from home telecom? Absolutely not.
no. Pause. And the thing is, well, because my lease is up in I think November,
Mm-hmm.
so like we could rent a house with a garage, and then use that garage as like a workshop.
That's a big move I'd have to look into. I'm sure we could talk about it more. Who knows?
Absolutely. And then we could do Under the Helmet podcast in person.
That'd be something.
That'd be a lot live action Under the Helmet.
The live action remake.
That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. And then we could like stream together and stuff.
Speaking of live action remakes, I am so incredibly excited for Little Mermaid to come out. I've been seeing all the footage from Halle Berry at the premiere, especially with the gal who voiced Ariel originally. The two of them hugged, and it warmed my heart so much. Also, her dress was so good. I got so excited about that. No, Aaron, we have actually never met in person.
Nope. We have not met in person.
We have only ever seen each other virtually.
We have only ever met via the internet. Yes.
Halle Bailey and Jodie Benson. That's it.
That was really cool to see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this movie turns out. Speaking of movies that just dropped that I'm very interested in seeing that I have not yet, Guardians 3 just dropped. So if you're like me and you're doing your best to avoid spoilers, watch out. They're everywhere. So far, I've actually been pretty lucky. I haven't seen anything that's like major reveals.
I feel like I've seen more Jedi Survivor spoilers than I have Guardians 3 spoilers.
I know. Jedi Survivor spoilers came out day one. So apparently, I don't know if you're at this point in the game, so I'm not going to say, but there's a moment in the game where a certain character appears, and it was again spoiled by a YouTube thumbnail.
Yes, I think I told this to you. I was like, I had this character showing up.
Not that character, YouTube. Different character.
Oh.
And that's all I'll say. But I've been watching clips and gobbling up spoilers because I don't have a gaming console, and I was like, you know what? I just want to know what happens in the story. And I gotta say, they did it again. Produce an absolute heat. Absolutely fire story. I loved it. I loved every second of what I saw. And the old characters are great. The new characters are great. I have nothing to say but high praise for this game. Shout out to Respawn for dropping 2 fire Star Wars games in a row. You know, let's shoot for 3.
I did want to say, because I pre-ordered the deluxe edition of the game. I was super psyched to actually get to play it. Admittedly, I was sick day of launch, so all I could do was just hit download and just kind of wait.
It's okay, because apparently it took like 6 hours to download.
It did. It actually took the entire length of a workday to download.
It's a big old file.
It is. It's 155 gigabytes of big old file. Plus the patches that they've had to put out since, because when they did originally drop it, it ran like hot garbage on PC, and there were issues on Xbox and PlayStation.
So, and this is something I kind of want to touch on. You know, as somebody who doesn't play video games, but because of how expensive the medium is and how much I enjoyed them as a kid, why, when you're paying $70 more for a AAA title by a massive company, do they have to constantly release these games buggy and full of glitches. Like, and the worst,
Also-
and I love the game. I love
Mhm.
the story.
Oh
The
yeah.
gameplay looks amazing. The combat looks like a lot of fun. There's a lot of
So good.
really cool boss fights. But why are we still releasing games that are not ready to be released? That have not been beta tested properly? That have not had their bugs worked out? Like one or two bugs on launch, that's one thing. But if you're having mass community issues with bugs, that's borderline unacceptable. And it's something that a lot of gamers have kind of come to become accustomed to. And that's frustrating to somebody who loved the medium but can't get into it, but would love to get back. I don't want to buy a game, get my hopes up, and then it run like garbage. Yeah, it's because of EA. Absolutely.
Well, it's not wholly
slimy mega
EA.
corporation got to be slimy mega corporation. I'm fully aware of that fact.
Like,
And
yes,
you know,
EA is the worst of them, but it's a fair amount of AAA titles.
yes, it's
Like,
not just EA. They are a bad offender of this, but it's not just EA. So,
yeah,
gaming industry, do better.
major gaming industry. I will say, indie games, those babies drop and they are polished to perfection. You find a small studio who has put their heart, soul, very lifeblood into making a game. I bet you that thing is going to run perfectly on launch.
You know how
And if it
frustrating
doesn't,
that is?
they're going to have a patch out the next day.
Exactly. Indie games are doing better than AAA games. And I know it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different market. There's a whole different genre. The expectations are high. But like when I was younger, I played a ton of games. When you released them, they were done. I used to play the old Grand Theft Auto games. I used to play Twisted Metal. I played all these games on the
I
old
love
Xbox.
Twisted Metal.
Oh, they're coming out with Anthony Mackie in it.
I saw that.
But it's on Peacock, so nobody's gonna watch it.
Nobody's gonna watch that.
Sorry, Cat. Ain't nobody going to Peacock. What is that? Anyways, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see as somebody who is a gamer and or former gamer and just wants more. Because like I would love to get back in, but I'm a casual and I don't want to jump into a game that I've been looking forward to play all day after a long day at work and then it just crash on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right. That's, in no other industry could you send out a unfinished product and be like, oh, we'll fix it later and not get serious repercussions other than some people being angry at you on Twitter. Like, for real. It's frustrating, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though, peak story.
I do want to say,
but
the game itself,
speaking of,
beautiful story, amazing combat, flows like water. As far as like the locations themselves are amazing. I love the enemy variety. That being said, if you saw what my Cal Kestis looked like in my Instagram post from day one, and the fact that his lightsaber looked like a toothpick that was barely illuminated, like when I tell you,
they're going for the Rebels.
It was worse than the Rebel sabers. People complained about how thin the Rebel sabers looked. These ones, you can barely see them. I think it wasn't actually connected to the hilt of the saber itself. It was so bad. His hair was clipping through his forehead. It was awful.
And that's why console gamers stay winning.
Now, I will say, console gamers had an entire different problem. Xbox was having hard crashes. PlayStation was having hard crashes and graphic glitches, and it was running like trash.
Gotta
the
love
worst
it.
part is that evidently in the playtesting phase, EA had gotten feedback about these issues and had not fixed them before they launched the game with a month of postponement.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part is that, when this game is postponed, I distinctly remember saying like, hey, this is a good thing. Let the devs cook, give them time to release a proper game. And the problem is that if you wanted to play through it to avoid the inevitable wave of spoilers that were coming through TikTok and Instagram Reels, and literally every person with a gaming system was like people I have never seen before are on TikTok Live streaming Jedi Survivor, and it's a beautiful thing, beautiful game. But yes, also I've heard it's really what difficulty are you playing on?
So I am currently. So I finished Jedi Fallen Order on a regular game and a new game plus on Grandmaster difficulty.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it's near impossible.
See, that's it. My plan. I have genius plan in brain.
Okay.
I'm doing a playthrough on Night right now. Night's about your normal difficulty. It's fairly average. I will say none of the bosses really gave me all that much of a problem. So I am making a pledge now.
Just
and
wait
you
till
can hold me to it.
Just wait till you play on Grandmaster.
I am actually planning to do a Grandmaster playthrough, and that is the playthrough that I'm going to broadcast. The Night playthrough is for my own enjoyment. The Grandmaster playthrough will be what the people get to see as I struggle through every single boss on Grandmaster difficulty. And I hope everybody enjoys it, and I'm very excited to play it for you all.
Have you done a lot of exploring on Kobo?
Actually, that's most of what I do.
Okay.
Like I got to a point in the story, and then I just ran around Kobo for a bit, just loving everything there.
What bosses have you fought on Kobo? Because there's two big ones. I don't want to spoil them if you've seen them. But
I fought Fog Boss. That is the one that I have fought. I have not fought another boss. I may go and fight a boss.
There's a big one out there.
Big boss? Okay.
Very big boss.
I am very interested to see this very big boss.
I can't believe you haven't fought the big boss, the very big boss, because I think the very big one you can fight early on in the game. That the very big boss is like this game's Ogdo Bogdo. But you fought the spawn of Ogdo?
What?
Wait. You said you fought the frog.
I said I fought the fog boss in a foggy area with crappy visibility.
Oh. Shit.
What do you mean? What do you mean the spawn of Ogdo Bogdo? What? Why did they put his ass in here again? I was sick and tired of him kicking my ass the first time.
So, I didn't mean to spoil that for you. I'm sorry. Can I go one step further? Have you found the Force Tears yet?
Yes. Fuck those things. Those things suck.
So there is a Force Tear. Do you care if I spoil?
I do actually.
Okay, I'll shut up. I'll let you know when you find it.
Can you let me? Oh God. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
You
figure it out by implication?
Huh?
I'm so sorry. I thought you said the frog boss.
Oh God.
I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he is out there waiting. But you get a good reward if you kill him.
Is it a pink outfit?
Is close to a pink outfit. It is a cosmetic upgrade. It is can I say, or do you want to wait to be surprised?
What is it?
Ponchos. You get the ponchos back. What was the boss in the fog? What was that?
It's a like a rabid bile maw.
Okay. I can't believe you haven't fought the two big ones.
No.
Because there's two that I've been seeing everybody fight. And on Grandmaster, both of them can like one shot, not immediately.
When you say big one, are you meaning something that's in the area under the cantina, down in the caves?
I think
and it's quite large. and appears in another Star Wars movie.
It is.
And also appeared in the gameplay trailers.
Oh, it was in the trailers?
It was.
Okay.
Are you talking about the Rancor?
I am.
Fuck that thing.
The Rancor, I have seen
The Rancor can kiss my ass. Fuck that thing. It's so fucking hard.
Did you kill it?
No, it killed me. It mopped the floor with me, slammed me on the ground, threw me into the ceiling, and ate me 5 times in a row. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going to the Shattered Moon.
Bro, straight up, bro got beat so bad he left the planet.
I left the planet. I went to the moon.
He said, I'm out of here. He said, yo, I'm out of here. I don't want to spoil the Rancor for you if you hadn't fought it yet.
No, you're all good. It appeared in the gameplay trailer, so you're good.
Okay, I only spoiled one of them. Sorry. I didn't mean to spoil Spawn of Ogre like that. But
no, you're good. You're good.
Yes, it's genuinely terrifying. There is a way to cheese the fight. I will not tell you how to cheese the fight, though.
Okay, cool. We're 26 minutes in. Do we want to talk about the topic?
Well, this is a good transition to the topic because there's so much joy that comes from these conversations.
Yeah.
And, we just had May the 4th.
We did. It was great.
The outpouring of love and support that I saw was incredible.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that, and I want to spread a little bit of fun and love and positivity and talk about what Star Wars means to us.
Absolutely.
I
do want to say with
first
May the 4th.
Watch.
Sorry, what were you saying? Oh, no.
Go ahead. You're free. Please. Just match. Free. Wi-Fi. Don't suck. Please don't suck.
Nope. You good?
Anything? Please. Here, begging. I'm pleading. Please.
Okay.
No.
Wait, hold up. I can hear you. Oh, I do want to say, so while we are... Oh, what?
Destroy my Wi-Fi router.
You got out that lightsaber so fast.
This isn't what it looks like.
That thing looks so bright in the cameras.
It's not what it looks like. POV, you're Ben Solo trying to have a good night's sleep.
Why? No. Don't do my boy like that.
You're Shaq T trying to... POV, Dooku's head.
No head.
Anyways, so what does Star Wars mean to you?
For me, Star Wars is kind of, I don't know, Star Wars is such a massive part of my life. I mean, if you look around my bedroom, I mean, you have no less than 5 pieces of merch within arm's reach no matter where you go. Because it's just, I mean, Star Wars has been... Oh, you got a jetpack. Nice.
I know. It is still the paper. It will get made eventually. Today's not that day.
That's fair. So for me, Star Wars is... Oh no. But for me, Star Wars, Star Wars was something that I first saw when I was very young. Um, and, with that, it's just kind of been, I won't say that it's been a part of my life ever since, but it's definitely, well, no, yeah, it's definitely been a part of my life since first seeing it. And I've really enjoyed, just having Star Wars and having those connections that it's brought me. Because honestly, without Star Wars, let's be honest, I never would have started my cosplay account because I started the basement Beskar cosplaying because I had a Mando kit that I wanted to show off. And so had it not been for Star Wars, I never would have had basement Beskar. You and I never would have met. We never would have started this show.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I definitely wouldn't have started. Star Wars has had such a profound impact on my life, partially because of the messages within it and the wisdom sort of passed down through the different mediums, whether it be, I had a list of quotes that really, really mean something to me. And when I was, for a little while, when I would go through things, where I would have these setbacks or these failures, and it was a shining light in a tough time, and seeing these characters go through things and seeing them grow and evolve and change is really beautiful to me. And it was one of those things that always was a light in my darker moments.
mm-hmm.
And it was something that kept me grounded to who I am. I've been a Star Wars fan for literally as long as I can remember. It's such a part of my identity. It's almost comical because people have known me as the Star Wars guy for forever, and even when like I got out of Star Wars for a bit, or not didn't get out of Star Wars, but wasn't like super obsessed over it during the content drought. I was the Marvel guy, and Marvel is great, but there's something about Star Wars that has just stuck with me far longer and far greater than Marvel probably ever will. Marvel's got a great impact on my life, but it's not the end all be all. I don't have a shit ton of Marvel Legos, as you can see. All around the Star Wars Legos, Star Wars helmets, Star Wars, lightsabers, and
there we
things
go.
like that.
Put some credit on your saber collection, my guy. Come on.
I do. I will say though, if anybody wants a legacy lightsaber, hit me up. I've got.
Speaking of legacy lightsabers, there's one that dropped while Gabby and I were at the park.
Yes, the Cal Kestis Seer Agenda one.
Yes, there were only 7,500 of them made.
Of course.
The line wrapped out of Galaxy's Edge into Frontierland, which is the adjacent park.
Of course it did.
Yeah. And evidently it breaks really easy. So
yeah, because all legacy lightsabers are. They're beautiful display pieces, but that's about it.
Yeah. I did want to say, as far as things from Disney, probably some of my favorites are the pictures that I brought back. I wanted to share one of the ones that I was really, really happy that Gabby and I were able to get, which is this one. So
that's
naturally,
beautiful.
Yeah.
One day.
So this was taken right in front of the Falcon. It's one of my favorite photos that we got. I'm a huge fan of this one. It's such a pretty photo. And I got to show off, as you can see, Gabby and I, for the party, did Princess Leia and Han Solo. And I know at least, be getting to see a little bit more of those outfits soon, especially with I'm actually going to post. I promise. I will.
Hey, let's go.
Swear.
I've been posted too.
Yeah, look at us getting back on that content grind. I'm planning to start a couple different projects. I actually, for a lot of my outfits for Disney, I made a lot more than I expected I would. That shirt for Han Solo is, I cut the V in it myself.
Nice.
And then hand stitched it. I hand stitched a cape for one of the characters. And then one of the characters Gabby was helping me a lot with fabric painting for my first item that I had ever done that on. And that character is also my first time presenting femme in public. So that was a very big kind of experiment for me, but it was received really well. I had actually the cast members were some of the best. I want to give a massive shout out to all the cast members that we interacted with on our trip. I've never had a bad cast member experience. I've never had a meh cast member experience. These people really go above and beyond for far less than they deserve to get paid, and they do such an amazing job. Yes, fun fact, it was stupidly cold for California weather when we were there. The temperatures did drop to like 50s at night. Yeah. It got cold for Cali, especially for May. But yes, it was really nice. I was quaking in my fur-lined cape. So yes, I do have a fur-lined cape now. Y'all will see that busted out again if we ever do Sabacc nights on stream. But as far as May 4th is a big holiday. My family has gotten to the point where they, they'll actually send me happy May 4th because they know that it's such a big holiday for me.
Mine do too.
Yeah.
Every year I get either blue or green food dye, and I put it in whatever milk I have, and I drink blue or green milk. So every year I have a ceremonial glass. And I was prepping for it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of bored. I have this almond milk I need to drink. So I was like, you know what? I'll make some blue milk. So I did, and Erin had left but she had taken my keys with her, so I kind of needed that back. So she drove back for lunch, and I'm sitting there just drinking some blue milk, and she goes, "What you drinking there?" I go, "Oh, blue milk," and she goes, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a Star Wars thing." And she goes, "Okay. But why are you drinking it now?" And I was like, "Because I can."
Fair point.
Oh, got me. Gabby said, "You tried the blue milk, didn't love it." So
I tried it.
I went to a place in my local area. Sorry to cut you off. I want to finish this real quick though. Went to a place for Star Wars trivia night. And they had a drink that was blue milk themed. It was like a blue frozen margarita, and it was phenomenal.
That sounds amazing. They should do those at the park.
It was really good. Yeah, it was. So because of that drink, we named our team the Blue Milk Banthas, and we won trivia.
Well, yes, you had the daimyo of Mos Espa heading your trivia team. I don't know how you thought you were gonna lose.
I don't know. I assumed that everybody was. I kind of do this sometimes. I kind of assume that people know as much as I do. No. So we only got one question wrong the whole time. And
what question did you get wrong?
So it was. I don't want to give I don't want to throw shade or anything, but one of my other cosplay friends who was local in the area came and sat with us and joined the team, and I felt bad because I wasn't really I was kind of carrying the whole time. I don't want to sound arrogant. That's just what it was. I was
getting that back workout.
They were easy, so I wasn't really worried about it. And then we got to the halftime. And there was 6 bonus questions. You got 2 points apiece. And it was I'm going to describe a Star Wars film badly, and you have to decide what film it is.
I love these.
And the one that we missed was, "Oh shit, they." And I said,
"Oh shit, they what?"
"Oh shit, they got the plans." And I said, "Oh, that's clearly Rogue One."
Mm-hmm.
And my teammate said, "No, that's Phantom Menace." And I was like, "But like the whole point of Rogue One is for them to get the plan." So we were going back and forth on it. And I was like, "You know what?" I said, "Dude, I'm gonna trust your instincts on this one. I think it's Rogue One. I'm gonna go with you though." And
it was Rogue One.
I don't want to sound like I'm bagging on the guy. He's a great dude. Shout out Frosty. But we put it up there, and it was Rogue One. It was Rogue One.
What part of Phantom Menace has plans in it?
Oh no, not Phantom Menace. Sorry, A New Hope. He thought it was New Hope.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the entire thing is getting the Death Star. I mean, I could see that. It depends on whose point of view you're looking at it from.
Exactly. It was either or. It was either or. We were kind of going back and forth. All the rest of them were pretty straightforward.
Cut and dry.
All the rest of them were pretty straightforward. But there was one question where the announcer was wrong. And that was fun, telling him that he was wrong. He was a good guy. And he was like, "Yeah, obviously you're gonna know more than I do."
The guy in the Boba Fett costume knows more than I do. Look at that.
He said he was a casual fan, but
okay.
So he had also made a joke about how the Rancor kept killing him in Survivor. He said, "Fuck that thing, it kept killing me." But the question he asked was, who got second place in the Boonta Eve Classic? And I said, the correct answer is no one did, because
no one survives the Boonta Eve Classic except Anakin.
Not survived, because Sebulba survived, but he lost because the only way to place in the Boonta Eve is to finish. And it, like Anakin says to Padme in an earlier line, this is what Star Wars means so much to me, because I've seen the movies so many times I can recite the dialogue. But basically, something along the lines of Anakin and Padme are talking, and because Kitster says to him, "It's like, Annie, I'm sure you'll finish this time," and Padme's like, "You've never finished, So basically, you don't place if you don't finish.
Right.
So second place would technically be Sebulba, but he found someone else's name. One of the guy, I can't remember his name now. The guy in the little wheel that gets shot by the Tuskens. They said he got second place. I'm like, there's no way. It's Sebulba.
Yeah, because he got taken out way before Sebulba did.
Yeah, he got like third or fourth.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I had to set him straight on that one. And then for another question, he came up to ask me for the final question, and it was who said this line? "Rebellions are built on hope," and
a lot of people say that in Rogue One. So
Jyn Erso. Did Cassian say it? Do you remember Cassian saying it?
I think Cassian says it back to Jyn. I feel like at some point Galen or Lyra say it to Jyn.
No, Galen and Lyra don't say it.
Okay.
It was Jyn and Cassian were the two that were the correct answer, and I was like, I know Jyn said it. I had a feeling Cassian said it, but I wasn't sure. But those are the two answers. Anyway, I got it right. Star Wars trivia king right here.
Lit.
But yeah, a lot of fun. But I've got a question for you. What Star Wars song has like a deep, like every time you listen to it, it has like an emotional response?
Admittedly, I listen to a lot of Star Wars music. I have an entire playlist of in-universe songs, and it's just stuff that you would hear throughout the galaxy. We've actually just reached 69 songs on there, with the addition of the songs from Jedi Survivor, Gaia's new album from Galactic Star Cruiser, as well as Volume 2 of the Oga's Cantina's music. I got 3 new playlists that all got thrown on there.
What is your favorite song from the Jedi Survivor? Because if you've listened, my favorite is Rumble Droid.
Rumble Droid is good. Rumble Droid is really good.
Is so good. That is my favorite. I've been jamming out to that driving to work.
I I linked the Spotify playlist in the comments for, or not comments, but description for the video. Give it a listen. Put it on shuffle and see what happens. Because there's stuff, all of the fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, every season of the Bad Batch has 2 jukebox mix tracks,
Yep.
which
I found
are,
it.
yeah, they're like 9 minutes of different just
They're pretty
songs
good.
from the jukeboxes. They're pretty nice. They're good,
You know,
if you want just something for the
still-
background.
It's still on site for Sid,
Oh yes, it is.
but that jukebox beat does go hard. So I'll
It's still
give
on
them
site.
that. It's still on site, Sid. We know what you did.
I like how the lightsaber guy grabs the blaster, and the guy who thinks that, you know, the Jedi religion is a cult grabs one of his only lightsabers he owns. We are a strange pair.
Anyway.
That is a beautiful saber.
But for me, the song that always really speaks to me is Yoda's theme. I love Yoda's theme.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite songs to listen to, especially if I'm like or I'm overwhelmed. I kind of just sit there, I put my headphones in, I put that song on, and I just kind of relax and just kind of meditate and just kind of let that feeling wash over. And you know, it plays into probably one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars is Yoda lifting the X-Wing. Because, you know, it's a great reminder that sometimes the things that we think are so big and so undoable, and you know, Luke says it to Yoda. He says, you know, lifting stones is one thing. This is something completely different. And Yoda says, no, only different in your mind. And I think that's a very true thing, is that sometimes we can really get into our heads and really get into our minds about what needs to be done versus, like, you know, we can get things like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? It's too big. I can't do it. I can't handle it. And then sometimes all it takes is just sitting there, realizing that the only difference is in your mind, and then doing it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I like that.
It really is. And I also love Goofy Yoda when he first shows up. That's one of my favorites. He
little frog man.
Some of the things that he says reminds me of my late grandfather.
We've talked about your grandpa before.
And it's always fun to hear. It's, you know, hearing little, because especially the you can't get your ship out. You know, like just the mockery and the tone. It's really funny to me. So it always makes me happy to hear.
That was a really good Yoda, by the way.
Thank you. Is that my smoke alarm or yours?
I don't know. One sec. Smoke alarm break. We got to go check.
Yep. Well, it's not this one. Do I have more than one? Okay. It's up too high. I think mine are good. They still got a green light on.
All right. I think it was mine. I'm not positive.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. But so yeah, what character can you relate to somebody that you know in your everyday life?
Character to relate to somebody in my everyday life.
Or someone that you know, like.
I would say that, and you know, I won't name names, but I do have, I have a close friend of mine who, you know, when things get tough or I'm having a bad day, I'll look to them, and they always have, you know, just talking to them helps to cheer me up. They kind of just, you know, restore my faith in just myself, in humanity. But I also know that, you know, when things get tough, They are always going to be there and have my back. And they are kind of, I don't know, I relate that personally a lot to the character of BB-8, because no matter what, no matter who BB-8 is with, they are always just, happy beeps, but at the same time will just turn on their little shock prod if somebody messes with their friends. And I think we could all use a little BB-8 in our lives.
I think so too.
Because just that is definitely a character that I think all of us could use someone with their impact in our lives.
Absolutely. Now, who's a character that you relate to yourself? It could be more than one.
That's a tough question.
So I have two that I really relate to myself.
Yeah.
That is Obi-Wan and Kestis.
Okay.
So Obi-Wan in the sense that, like, especially if you read a lot of the books, Obi-Wan's a very anxious person. This man is stressed 25/8, okay? And it's refreshing to read, and especially the book, the book Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Reading that, and also Padawan as well.
I saw Padawan on a shelf in Barnes & Noble the other day.
I'd say Padawan, Master and Apprentice, Brotherhood, and I know it's not canon, but Kenobi, those books really helped me relate to Obi-Wan on a pretty deep level. And everything from the young, episode 1 Ewan McGregor to Clone Wars, James Arnold Taylor, to episode 3 Ewan, to one of my favorite portrayals of Obi-Wan, though, is he only gets a short amount of time. Steve Benson in the Rebels episode Twin Sons. That portrayal means a lot. Especially my favorite line of the whole thing is, "Look what I have risen above." Is beautiful because it really shows that, a lot of bad things can happen to you. You can have almost everything go wrong, but you can rise above it. And, even if the situation that you are in seems dire, there's not a issue with that. I empathize with the war.
That's my girlfriend. Also that's these my girl.
Questions asking comments below if you have a put it down in the comments below. There are some times I definitely relate to Chopper, and without spoilers for Survivor kicking in, mostly based off Fallen Order Cal, because he not and he goes through a lot of trials and tribulations. And I mean, on Ilum, he was about to give up. And seeing that and that desperation, and then hearing failure is not the end. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And, just because you fail or just because you make a mistake or you stumble doesn't mean that that's the end. And you can learn and you can grow from your mistakes. So you don't have to live in the past. And, the past, you don't have to let it define you.
Yeah.
And you can always choose to be better every day. And there's a lot of characters that I relate to, but I particularly really relate to Obi-Wan and Cal more than anything.
Okay.
What crimes are fun? Ooh. What kind of fun? Ooh.
love you, princess.
No, you won't quite know what to. All right. Who do you relate to, character-wise?
So this is a question that I ponder a lot. Because there's a lot of really amazing characters within the just within the galaxy in general. And looking over so many of the characters and trying to find, one that you really feel speaks to you, it comes really easy to some people. It doesn't come as easy to others. Me personally, I think it would be kind of a toss-up between Din Djarin, specifically season 1 Din Djarin, and Ezra Bridger. And I acknowledge those are two very wildly different characters. But, I feel like, weirdly enough, their situations, at least that they start out with, are fairly similar. They're just kind of making their way through life. Mando, at least, is, just tumbling from place to place. And for the longest part of my life, I really haven't known what it is that I wanted to do. And that was kind of the big question. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my life. And so I really feel like, especially with Ezra, once he finds out that he is force sensitive and joins up with the Ghost Crew, he makes it his, instead of being someone who is all for himself, he is all for that greater good and all for other people. And I mean, personally in life, I still don't know what exactly I want to do, but I would know that whatever it is that I end up doing, I want to be able to help people. And that's kind of the biggest thing. So, yeah.
Kind of live in that same boat. And there are days where I have goals for the future.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Erin about this one day, and I said, well, I really want to be a teacher one day, and I kept saying when I retire, this and that. And she goes, why do you have to wait till you retire? And I'm like, well, I don't there yet. I don't feel like I've achieved a level, I don't want to say of wisdom, because there's so much more to that. But it's that idea of I want to be as wise as possible. So when it comes time for me to teach, I want to understand and I want to know. And I don't think I'll ever fully get there, but there'll be a point where I have that confidence. And one of Obi-Wan's biggest pitfalls was that he wasn't ready to be a teacher. He wasn't ready to teach yet, but the responsibility was thrust upon him, and that kind of happened. When I was in high school, I was a senior in high school, and my high school swim coach got very sick, and suddenly there was no coach, and I kind of got thrown into it, or kind of it got thrust upon me, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Last week I was in the pool with you guys, so it was a learning process and a learning period, and I had a lot of mistakes as a teacher, and there were things that, if knowing what I know now, I wish I could take back and do differently. There were certain kids that I didn't fully understand their needs because I wasn't mature. And I did the best that I could, but it's tough. It's a tough scenario to be in. So it's beautiful in these scenarios and see these character things and go, okay, I'm going through that as well, and I can relate to that. And that truly is of Star Wars and fiction in general, is that it means something to us because we can understand this. And like our good friend Charlie has spoke about countless times, how much they see themselves in Rey.
Yes.
And I love hearing Charlie talk about Rey. My favorites.
I would say that
Charlie,
I see a lot
if you're
of Rey
watching
in
this,
Charlie.
leave a comment.
Charlie,
Charlie, we miss you. Come on our show, please.
Please.
Clone Army Radio. We got to stop fucking around. We got to make this collab happen. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
We're working.
I love those guys. I love listening to all of them.
They do. I think they shouted me out on one of their episodes, and I can't
remember. Fun fact, Charlie shouted you out because you had gotten on them about reading Shadow of the Sith. That was what they shouted you out about. But they technically they said the boys over at Under the Helmet. So I have now been lumped into your book reading antics, which I'm okay with it. I'm actually known as the reader at my work because I've been reading R.A. Salvatore's Drista Erden books, which are some of the bigger D&D novels out there, as they take place within the Forgotten Realms universe. They are ridiculously good. I like them a lot. I am nearly 3 books in.
Ridiculous good. Guess what I finished today? I just finished the first book in High Republic, Light of the Jedi.
Ooh, I need to start reading the High Republic stuff.
It's good. I'll say, I know it's midnight in the UK. I know they're sleeping, but
Thank you, Gabby.
If I watch it later, the vlog, the VOD goes up. People will watch it. I like to think Charlie's one of them. There was what was going on in it? But yeah, so the first book is really good. I'm drawn in. It kind of jumped a lot between characters at the beginning.
Okay.
But it kind of had to because it was a lot of establishment. So if you don't like it would have been very hard for me to keep track if I wasn't listening to the audiobook. So again, Audible, sponsor us, please. I'm begging. I love your audiobooks, especially the Star Wars ones. They're the best ones. I'm doing something a little different this month. I am currently listening to Autism Unmasked, and 8 minutes in, I started crying or started to tear up. So, yeah, we're going on a journey tomorrow. I've got a long car ride. It's a 9-hour book. We gonna be learning some things about ourselves. But, anyways, I think. Do you have anything else you want to say before we move into news and rumors?
I don't know that I really have anything. I don't know that I have anything else.
Alrighty, let's move into news and rumors.
All right. So for news and rumors, it's been a while.
It does.
So we have a lot to talk about.
Hit it.
So, first up, I'm going to hit y'all with a just load of news. Let's see. Probably, we're going to go Marvel news first because there's a lot of it. And by a lot of it, I mean like a lot. So, we're just going to run down the list here. From oldest to newest, evidently, Ten Fingers and Muse should be in Daredevil Born Again. Reportedly, the series will be divided up into each. There's going to be 3 sagas to the series, so to speak, and each saga will have 6 episodes, equaling a total of 18.
Okay.
Yep. Some more good news. Interesting news. Reportedly, Galactus will be appearing within the Fantastic Four movie. And I know a lot of people are like, why are you doing Galactus early? Why are you doing Galactus early? Silver Surfer won't be in the movie. Instead, the Herald of Galactus that we will be most concerned with will be Terrax the Tamer.
Okay. I've never heard of Terrax the Tamer, so.
Nope. Evidently, they look like this.
Damn. Bro looks like a Walmart Darkseid.
He does. So Walmart Darkseid will be our enemy for the Fantastic Four. Speaking of Fantastic Four, I have a number of casting rumors that are supposedly confirmed. Reportedly, Marvel has offered the role of Sue Storm to Margot Robbie, which honestly, I'd be okay with that. Reportedly, Paul Mescal was offered the role of Johnny Storm, as well as I do have reports that we have now evidently gotten an official casting. Now, like I said, this is still rumors, but reportedly, the official Reed Richards that we will be getting would be Adam Driver.
I am conflicted.
Conflicted? What conflicts with
Because
you?
I love Adam Driver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about him being Reed Richards. What's up,
It's
Zach?
one of those things
Long
that...
time no see. How you been?
Hey, good to see ya. So yeah, as far as like, I don't know, it's one of those things. I'll need to see it to know how I feel about it. You know,
that's my thought process. I will reserve my judgment until I see it. Adam
it's
Driver's
like,
phenomenal actor. If you have not seen A Marriage Story, you should. Fair warning, my parents are not divorced, and I cried like a baby watching that movie, and I don't regret a thing.
I have some news actually from I have news from back when they were filming Ms. Marvel. In an interview with oh my goodness. It's actually, you know what? I'll save that one. I'll save that one.
Ooh.
So I just need to you know, no, I'll just tell it. So Iman Vellani, you know her, you love her. I have her on a poster in my bedroom because that show is one of my favorites. Reportedly, during the filming of Ms. Marvel, they were fairly close to where they were filming No Way Home. So while they were filming, Tom Holland just came to the set out of nowhere, showed her a picture of Toby and Andrew way before No Way Home came out, and she asked him, why are you showing me this? And he said to her, because no one will ever believe you.
Cheeky little bugger. That's funny.
He directly quoted Brooklyn Nine-Nine to her, and evidently they had a big old laugh about it.
That's funny.
So, also, I have reports that not only will Damage Control return in Daredevil Born Again, Daredevil will be returning in Armor Wars, where they have, you know, brought in and have brought back Ultron. So, very excited about that.
I feel like that makes sense because if you see in No Way Home, Matt Murdock was Happy's lawyer. He was, especially like some of the deleted scenes, which questionable MCU canon, but you know, if he shows up, it's basically going to confirm that Matt Murdock is Happy Hogan's lawyer, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Which means we might get to see Jon Favreau.
Woo! I have some spectacular news for you, my friend.
Okay.
And this is some news that I'm also very excited about. Reportedly, the official title for Captain America 4 is up in the air, and they're attempting to ditch the title of New World Order.
Thank God.
Because why was it about that?
Beautiful things happen. So yeah, I'm happy about that. That title sucked. Yeah. So Marvel, change it, please. You'd be doing everybody a favor.
Yeah. I have news for folks who are going to go and see Guardians 3. None of it's spoilers, but as far as post-credit scene, because, you know, Marvel does love our post-credit scene. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has not only a mid-credit scene, but also a post-credit scene. So just
I've been told to bring tissues.
I've also been told to bring tissues. I've been told that Volume 3 is going to be absolutely gut-wrenching.
That might be our next episode. When are you able to watch it the next week? You think you'll be able to?
Actually, Callahan and I are going to see it Sunday.
Nice. I will probably see. I won't be able to see it this weekend.
Yeah.
But possibly sometime this week before next episode. So next episode might be a Guardians one.
I'd be down for that. We'll see. We'll see what we
Well,
decide.
I've already got the thumbnail. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 broke, all caps, our hearts.
Let's see.
Shattered our souls. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 shattered my soul.
From everything that I have seen, it is the best MCU movie since Endgame. An absolute cinematic masterpiece. Will make you sob real human tears. These are just actual reviews that I've gotten from people.
I have seen that even the MCU haters are enjoying the movie, so that would be nice to actually, or the people that are just like the MCU sucks now. Even they're like, yeah, the movie was great. Thank God it's not X. Also, pet peeve. Okay, pet peeve time.
Okay.
Rant time. Here we go. Pull up the ticker. Pull up the banner.
I'm pulling up the ticker.
So, in fandom, one thing that always bothers me is the fact that people love to bitch and moan about things they hate instead of just letting it go. If I see one more fucking bot comment of anybody doing lightsaber duels and it says still better than the sequels, I'm going to do something semi-illegal. I'm going to jaywalk. That's what I'll do. I'm going to jaywalk.
What are you going to do? You're going to open somebody else's mail?
You know what? I might.
Under the Helmet does not condone opening other people's mail. Don't do it. It's a federal offense. You will go to jail.
For real. Don't do that. That'd be a bad reason to go to jail.
It's a stupid crime, and we will laugh at you for going to jail because of it.
No, apparently, according to my girlfriend, jaywalking is not real. So, or that's hyperbolic. That's not true. So she has said because there's no city laws in our area, in the city we live in, there's no city ordinance against jaywalking, but it is a state crime. So I know she's not going to watch this far, so I'm going to get away with saying that. But
you never know. Let's see. As far as last bits of Marvel news,
I'm going to jaywalk. Anyway, no, that frustrates me. And the people that are like, "Oh my God, this is so much better than the other thing that I didn't like." Stop talking about the things you don't like. Just here's the thing.
Shut up.
It is so. Let's talk about for a quick second about criticism.
Okay.
It is not toxic criticism to have issues with something. It is not toxic to say, I didn't like the way that I didn't like this movie. And I didn't like this movie because of this, and this. That is not toxic criticism. Toxic criticism is when you do it, or is when you say, I don't like a movie because of this, and this, and you never shut the fuck up about it. That is toxic criticism. Toxic criticism is not, like I said this recently on a Star Wars post, but someone was like, hey, the, Jedi Survivor and the Kenobi show take place in the same year. Why are the Purge Troopers' armor different? Like, that doesn't make sense.
That's a legitimate criticism.
Don't let me be a toxic fan. That's not a toxic fan. But as soon as you say, don't call me a toxic fan over this, bro, that is literally toxic fan behavior. Just say, I don't like that the armor is different, and I think it's kind of a plot hole and breaks the canon a little bit. That is not bad to say. That's not toxic criticism. Toxic criticism is when you say that, and then every time you see a Purge Trooper in Survivor, you go, well, it should be the armor that it wasn't Kenobi. That is fucking toxic. There's a difference. Just don't be a dick and you're not toxic. Headphone warning. Plain and simple. If you're an asshole about it, that's what makes you toxic. I'm clapping my hands now. That's how you know I'm getting serious. That's all I have to say.
Okay. I'm going to take down the rant time ticker. I have something entirely unrelated.
Still better than the sequels. Go ahead.
Someone dumped hundreds of pounds of cooked pasta in the woods in New Jersey. Police have no leads as to who was dumping hundreds of pounds of cooked pasta. It is in large clumps in the woods. Those are just large clumps of cooked pasta that was dumped within the woods of New Jersey.
It's not about the pasta, Batman. It's about sending a message. These Italians have had it too good for too long, Batman. Juggernaut, why are you dumping cooked pasta in the woods? Because I can, Batman. Because I'm crazy. Please. Stop dumping the pasta. That's wild.
That's some neat trick of yours. That pasta dumping in the woods, Spider-Man.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
See, I love this. I'll send you a little voice memo of something in the Green Goblin voice, and you always send one back of that exact line. I love this.
That's the one Green Goblin line I can reliably say.
I like it, though. I wanted to mention something. So, back in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, we had a post-credit scene teasing a bunch of the other Ravager captains, one of which being Mainframe, the robot character who was just ahead in that one. That being said, originally they were voiced by Miley Cyrus. They have since been replaced for Volume 3 and will now be voiced by Tara Strong. Most of us know Tara Strong not only for playing Miss Minutes in Loki, but also a lot of popular animated characters. I mean, they are a veteran, seasoned voice actor who deserves a ton of credit on their name. I think they're going to do great. I haven't seen the movie yet.
Tara Strong's Harley Quinn, obviously. Wasn't she also Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents?
I thought she was Timmy. I mean, let me.
Oh, fuck, she is Timmy!
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, she is Timmy Turner.
She was also in Metal Gear Solid. Actually, she was in a number of the Metal Gear games. Yeah, no, she was the voice behind Timmy Turner.
You have broken the rules.
So she was Bubbles in the Powerpuff Girls, Timmy in the Fairly Odd Parents, Dill in Rugrats, Raven in Teen Titans, Batgirl. She was in Family Guy. She's Drawn Together, Ben 10. She was also Melody in The Little Mermaid 2. She was also in Spirited Away. Like, I could pull up the list of characters that she played, and I would be here for ages. She was also one of the Hex Girls from that one Scooby-Doo movie that all of us developed obsessions over. Anyway, let's move on. No need to get into that right now. Reportedly, the Ahsoka series actually features an animatronic Lothcat, which is just as good, if not better, than the Grogu doll. It was made by the people who made the Grogu animatronic for Mando, and they say that it is some of their proudest work.
We're getting a Lothcat.
We're getting a Lothcat.
Bye, Gabby. Have a good night.
Bye, Gabby. So. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up here. Yeah, I think that's actually all that I've got.
Wow, so. I think we've had a pretty great episode. I'm ready to
It's been a pretty great episode.
It has been. So with that being said, have a good night. May the force be with you. And we will see you the next time that we go under the helmet. Also, I'd like to say, as a little side note before we end for the night, I haven't had any Wi-Fi issues on my end. Since I switched from the hotspot back to my regular Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi issues tonight. If I'm wrong, clip me in the comments. Anyway, goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good night.